Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of the restoration of my vintage Peugeot. So the weather is terrible, I don't know if you can see, but it's really horrendous weather, so I've gotten all my lights out. Hopefully you can see something. But I'm pretty happy to report that a lot has happened since the first video. For one, I have finished disassembling the bike in its entirety. 2, I have cleaned individually every part to make sure that there was no grease left, and in particular that there was no rust left. And for anybody interested, later in the video I'm going to show the different technique that I used to remove the rust from all the different parts of the bike. The only part I didn't touch is the frame, because I'm going to get that professionally powder coated, and since they're going to sandblast the frame, there's no point in me in spending any time. So here it is. And let me give you a quick tour and point out to you the thing that I found, good and bad. So I found a lot about this bike actually. I found the exact model. It's a PFN 10 Course PB12 that was manufactured in the late 1970s, and I even discovered through my research that there is a site dedicated just to this bike, and not only was that very interesting, but it was also very useful in my restoration efforts. So for anybody interested, I'll put in the description of the video where to find that site. So here are all the different parts. Now what are the bad news? When you get involved into a vintage restoration, there is unfortunately always bad news. The pedals, I wanted to restore the pedals, so I removed the cap, as you can see in the front, and I was hoping to find a bolt in there so I can remove the spindle, change the bearing, and replace and grease the pedal. It's a little rough, but unfortunately it's a rivet. So that was not good news. So that means they're not serviceable, at least not by an average bike mechanic like me, and I will just have to buy new pedals. Not a big deal, not that most expensive. The brake levers are in pretty bad shape. If I really wanted to, I could restore them, but it's not worth the efforts. It's easy and cheap to find new Diacomp vintage brake levers, so I'm just going to get some new one. There's enough work as it is. I don't need some extra. So the bad news, the front derailleur is broken, the collar is broken. I don't know if you can see the plastic is broken here, so I'm going to have to replace that, go on eBay and find a derailleur. The saddle is torn, that's not a big deal, and of course that I knew it was visible, so I ordered a Brooks saddle that I'll put on there. But the worst of all is the rear wheel. The rear wheel, the axle is actually bent, and it has not only it is bent, but it has also damaged the freewheel mechanism. So I have put the freewheel mechanism, I've disassembled it, see if I can fix it. I think I can. I am not sure. I'm going to give it a go, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just have to buy a new rear wheel. Since I've put apart the front wheel, I'm going to change the bearings and re-grease. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to change all the bearings, headset, bottom brackets, wheel, and re-grease all that. Here is the bottom bracket, which was the most difficult thing to take apart. And it was difficult not so much because it's a difficult process in itself, but it was, I thought it was, being a French bike, that it was going to be French threaded, and it's not. It's English threaded. So I was just trying to untighten, going in the wrong direction. That's very odd that on a French bike of that era, from what I've read, that it's been fitted with an English thread bottom bracket. But I managed through it, and here it is. So overall, I would say the bike is really in decent shape. Now one thing remains to be done is, like I said, I'm going to powder coat the frame. I have the frame powder coated professionally, and then I'm going to start the reassembling process once I get the frame back, and I'm going to polish every piece of metal before putting them back on the bike. So a bit of an interesting tidbit is I found out by doing my research that The serial number on this bike was simply a piece of paper attached via transparent tape to the bottom bracket. So I look at the bottom bracket and I found this. I found the serial number that was literally hanging by a thread, but it was there. So I'm going to keep this, and it gives me a lot of information on the bike and the year, etc. So that was interesting, and it was cool to be able to have the serial number, but a little bit surprising. Not very professional looking, shall we say. So here are the only specialty tools I've needed so far to fully disassemble the bike. A pedal wrench, a chain removal tool, a crank arm puller, two different type of bottom bracket wrench, one for the left side and one for the right side, and a 15mm flat wrench. So nothing too exotic. So let's look at the different product that I use. To wash individual part, I just use some water with some car wash cleaner. Just use this one. An old toothbrush, a nylon brush. Dip all the parts in the soapy water and just brush them. I started with that. For part that add stubborn grease, I use a degreaser. For part that add stubborn rust, I use Evapo-Rust. I think this stuff works really well, by the way. Here I have a few nuts that I am letting dip in Evapo-Rust that were pretty rusted. Now for chrome parts, to remove the rust of chrome parts, I use a different technique. I used aluminum foil, I use a cup of water, just doesn't have water, but imagine just plain water, and a rag. And what you do, you take a piece of aluminum, you crumble it, not too much, you take your chrome part, here's the fork for example, which I did, you dip the aluminum in water and you just rub. And I'm not going to kid you, it takes a lot of elbow grease, but it works amazingly well and it does not damage the chrome. As always, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. So goodbye for now until part 3, where I will be showing you the repainted frame, and hopefully by then I will have received all the different parts I have ordered. I'm still waiting for a few, and then I will start the reassembling process. Bye for now.